What it will give them, or possibly might give them, is the ability to use their full mid-level exception. You might have heard that term before, and it's a little bit different with new CBA. What the mid-level and biannual exception are two contracts that over-the-cap teams can offer to free agents, despite not having actual salary cap space. And for the mid-level, currently being valued at about $14.1 million next season, and that can be offered up to a 4-year contract, which will be valued at again $14.1 million next season, roughly $14.8 million the season after that one, $15.5 in 2027-28, and then finally $16.2 in 2028-29. Roughly about a $70 million contract over a 4-year duration, which is a pretty good contract and would give them the ability to sign a pretty damn good free agent, possibly a perfect fit for their team. And yes, their current payroll for next season is at about $189 million, currently over the second apron, or at least this season's second apron, but next season, along with the salary cap, the second apron will be going up too, roughly from $188 million up to about $207 million, which would give them enough room to use their mid-level exception. And well, let's say they would go that route. Who should they, or who could they then look to target? Well, one option for them, and maybe my favorite option for the mid-level exception, would be a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Currently playing for the T-Wolves and having a great year with them, averaging about 9.2 points per game, 3.2 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists per game, shooting about 44% for the field, and 39% from 3, on about 4.4 attempts per game, not to mention about 48% on corner threes, being a 43% career corner 3-point shooter. You know, the numbers might not jump out at you here, but if you actually watch the guy play, he would definitely be a good fit for their team and a guy that would definitely benefit their backcourt or simply their wing rotation in general. Not about the scoring output or really anything on offense apart from 3-point shooting, but more than anything, about the defense here. One night he might be taking on a point of attack matchup, which he does defend very well by the way. The next night might be a wing matchup, also doing that very well, being a very disciplined, committed, and relentless defender at the point of attack or simply on the perimeter in general. Being about 6'5" with a near 7-foot wingspan, good athletic ability, only being 26 years old and still being in the prime of his NBA career, definitely can take on tough NBA matchups and do it on a night-to-night basis at that too. And then combine that with the 3-point shooting, currently shooting 39% from 3, shooting 39% plus in back-to-back years now, with the great corner 3-point shooting that I touched on before, simply a great, reliable 3-and-D player, and a guy the Lakers could use one more of. I mean, right now they don't really have a player like that, not exactly like that anyways. Yes, they have a Gabe Vincent who is more of a point of attack defender, 6'3" and kind of limited 2-point guards or smaller shooting guards, or then a guy like Dorian Finney-Smith, another 3-and-D player for them, but more so a wing player for them, not really a point of attack guy. Not really somebody like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who can both defend the point of attack and wing matchups. They kind of had that with Max Christie, but obviously traded him away. Well, worth it for a guy like Luka Doncic, but without him, they don't really have that anymore. Kind of with Jordan Goodwin, but not quite. Kind of with Gabe Vincent, but again, not quite. Kind of with Dorian Finney-Smith, but not really that perfect combination, and then not a guy that could grow with their team. Again, with Nickeil Alexander-Walker being 26, 27 next season, and could fit that long-term time frame with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Would be worth offering a 4-year contract and up to about $70 million in total. So I definitely would throw that contract his way and hope he takes it. But would it actually be realistic? Well, I think it might be. Right now he's making about $4.3 million, so that would be about a $10 million per year increase, up to about a $70 million contract, and he might be inclined to take it, so I definitely would throw that contract his way and hope he takes it too. I think he'd be a great fit, again, whether you're talking about the 3-and-D ability, simply the defense and what they don't have on defense, or then the long-term time frame standpoint and the good fit he could be with them for that 4-year contract. I think he would be worth it, would be a good fit, and pretty much the perfect guy to offer that contract too.